Okay, we are live. This is Tim Stewart. I'm here tonight with Dana Rogers. Um, this is this is a unique story we're going to share with you tonight. If you see in the description, it'll kind of go into a little bit of the story, but I want to give you a little bit of the backstory. Last year, or not last year, about 3 years ago, right?
2021.
2021, so 2.5 years ago, um, I officiated um, a wedding for Dana and David Rogers over in Kenosha, a small recreational beverage joint with a little banquet hall in the back. Quaint little situation. Young couple, very, very much in love, very clear, still trying to get their feet under them. Um, One of my best memories of that day was David in his cowboy hat. So I went out to my car and got mine. I can't have one cowboy, and his dad and I were talking the other day. He said, "Yeah, David always thought he was a cowboy." And that's all it takes, right? So officiated the wedding. I remember that day after the ceremony was over. We're waiting for the food, and I walked out, and you and David were sitting at a slot machine. And I sat down and said, "Is this your retirement planning program or something?" Some smart aleck comment like I always do. And you guys just said yes. And I put a couple of dollars in the machine I was sitting at and won $800. And went up and cashed it out right away. I mean, I'm not even much of a gambler. I just got lucky that day. And I walked over and gave you guys a couple $100 that day. It's the only wedding I ever paid the bride and groom to allow me to officiate their wedding. But it was a gift to me from the machine. I just was so blessed to be able to share that with you that day and get you guys started off. The other night, I was in Kenosha, Wisconsin with my son, James. My grandson, James, was playing. He plays in the summer basketball league with Wilmot High School. They were playing at Shoreland Lutheran. And I got a Facebook message from Dana that asked if I officiate funerals. And, those are messages you never like to get. In May, I just lost a couple of family members. And text messaging isn't the way. So I tried calling, and Dana didn't answer. So I sent her a message and gave her my phone number. I said, "Please call me so we can talk about this." And my thought, it's, an uncle, your mom, somebody. Well, not that your mom is old. I know she's in the background there. Well, you got to so
she can't hear you. So,
but the fact of the matter is, you told me this was for your husband, David. And that was heartbreaking for me, as it is, and it still is for you. But the amazing thing, Kenosha is over almost an hour from my house. And the fact that I was sitting in Kenosha when you made that phone call, and I was 5 minutes away from the hospital where you guys were, and I was able to come over and sit with you for a little while as you were going through talking to him on organ donations and other stuff, other conversations we just shouldn't have.
Yes.
That was just extremely heartbreaking. And now today, as we got to talking, you bet, David, as we were talking, I found out that because of the financial situation, David qualified for burial assistance from the state of Wisconsin, which is great. They found there was a GoFundMe account.
I'm so sorry about the dogs in the background.
No. That's okay. Once they found out that there was a GoFundMe account and there was finances, Wisconsin pulled the assistance away, which left you in a little bit of a hole with the funeral home and the funeral expenses. I told Dana, I've got, I know some great people out here. Let's get out and let's just do a short live stream so you can share your story a little bit of what's going on and what the need is. And I've got the the GoFundMe page is in the description of the event for, whether you're on Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube watching this, you'll be able to click on the link. When you click on it, it looks like this. This is David. And who's David hugging there?
Our dog, Ryan. She's a great girl.
Yeah, so that was, that's such a great picture. But if you're able to, put a few dollars towards helping out David's family, Dana, and all those who are trying to get this sorted out, please do that. So let's get back to us. And Dana, I'd just like to thank you. I know how hard it is just a couple of days after losing your husband to get out here, but it's important that we have a proper burial for David.
Definitely it is.
What are some of the feelings you're going through, especially when you found out that they were pulling these funds, and what your thoughts are?
I was heartbroken. I thought we were getting closer to the goal for his funeral.
Okay.
I was scared. I don't want them to take his funeral away because that's my husband and he deserves a great funeral.
Well, as good as I can do for you, we'll do that. But tell us a little bit about David and what made him so special to you.
Here comes the water.
That's okay. That's how we'll you'll connect with people out here. But this is very important for people to understand that this isn't just some frivolous. We need a few dollars to have a party. This is a funeral, a very important funeral. But it's important that people know who he was to you and what you're going through right now.
David was the love of my life. He had a big heart, always wanted to help people. And with me, what made him so special was I'm a bigger girl and he's a skinny guy. And he wasn't afraid to be seen with me. He loved me for who I am as a person, not based on my physical appearance. He had a heart of gold. He would make sure everyone, if someone was lonely, he would go and talk to them and be their best friend. He was a great cook.
What was the best thing he cooked?
The best thing he cooked was his fajitas.
Oh, I love fajitas.
His fajitas and his mother's stuffing recipe.
Wow. I remember so clear meeting you guys, and I always take the groom out separate and the bride off separate and have a conversation with each of you to make sure this is what you want to do, that there's nobody pushing you into this. There's nobody, holding a gun. And when I was talking with David, he was like, there is no one else in the world for me. And I remember that day so well. And my conversation with you on Monday this week was one of the hardest conversations I've had in a while. As I just went through a quadruple bypass and a lot of my own challenges, but that's nothing, right? That's it's the opportunity to come back from that is big, and that's something that it may have gone the other way. And I know if I was in the situation, if I was David and I was laying there and my wife was trying to make things happen, I would do whatever I could. A lot of people have reached out already and have given you a hand through the GoFundMe account. How long has the account been up now?
The account has been up since for about 2 days, I think. Okay. I can't remember at the top of the head, which I apologize for.
No, you don't need to. You just lost your husband. You don't need to apologize for anything. That's why we're out here making this little call out. But in just a couple of days, it's raised $1,300. The goal that you have, the stated goal you have is $7,000. Is that 7,000? Is that a magic number that is what the funeral home needs, or
No, it's because GoFundMe does have fees,
okay?
and I wanted to be on the safe side just in case with fees.
What is the amount that you need to raise that they will go ahead and keep this funeral on schedule?
$4,150.
$4,150. So right now we're about 36.90 short. And some of the things we can do to help out. It doesn't matter, if it's $5, if it's $25, if you could give more, that'd be awesome. But if everyone gives a little, this goal can be met very quickly. As I went through what I went through, my son actually established a GoFundMe account for my situation, and that kind of dented my pride a little bit because I'm out here. I've been very successful at different things in my life, but it's tough. It's not easy to go out and say, hey, I need some help. But there are certain times where that help is really, really, really important and necessary. So if you're seeing this and you might share it with someone, or you might just, if you click on the GoFundMe page, what you'll find is right at the top, there's a share button. And maybe you can't give anything right now. Maybe your family has gone through a job loss or something, and giving or donating right now is difficult. But if you could share it with 2 or 3 of your friends or people that might be inclined to help out, the quicker we can get this done, the quicker we can put Dana's heart to rest and worrying about her husband's family. Now, where did David grow up?
He grew up in Kenosha, but he was originally born in Oak Lawn, Illinois.
Oak Lawn. He's got a lot of family that live out of state, though, that are coming in. Where are they coming from?
Georgia, South Carolina, I believe North Carolina as well, and a lot of others in Illinois.
So there's a lot of people coming in, and it's important that we do the best we can to help this funeral stay on schedule for right now. The thought is Monday, the 26th of June. Have you been in conversation with the funeral home as though?
Yes.
What do they say? Is there an amount they have to have for the funeral to come off on that date?
They need the full amount for that date.
Well, if you can help at all, if you've got a little bit that you can donate or send Dana's way so that they can make this happen, that would be just such a blessing to her and to her family, and get this plate of worry out. There's enough going on with just grieving and the sadness of losing, especially a young husband. How old was David?
32.
32. That is way too young, folks, and it's way too young for Dana to get this, part of her life started in this way. I mean, this is a good friend of mine and co-host on our radio show, Ron Hostry, wrote a book. It's called "I Did Not Plan That," and it's these things that hit us, and when we didn't plan for it, it's difficult. So if you can help out at all, if you can help Dana, get this bill met for the funeral home, that would be incredible. And the best thing you can do, if you can share a little bit with them, and then share this site with somebody else. Share it on your page, on your Facebook page, on your LinkedIn page. Share it wherever, but most importantly, share it and share it. The more people it gets out to, the more people hear about this, the quicker we can just get on with life the way it's supposed to be led. So I don't know, Dana, do you have anything else that you'd like to say to the people who are watching?
We appreciate any donation if possible. I know David does too. We're going through a very difficult time, so thank you for hearing the story, and thank you for sharing, and especially thank you to Tim.
You're welcome. I mean, this is the least I can do. I mean, you guys are amazing, and life is just not fair sometimes, and there's nothing that we can do about it except fight our way through it. You and I had a conversation. I said, this too shall pass. It doesn't feel like it at this moment, but we'll get through this one way, shape, or form. So thank you all for just paying attention for a few minutes and doing what you can to help Dana and her family give their husband, son, brother, friend, David a proper send off. So God bless. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.